this hour. Now, we'll be talking politics and current affairs. We'll be looking into matters that concern the big, statesmen with the PDP who have left to the ADC. In fact, some of them are claiming that they are the reason why there is an opposition in the first place for a 2027 general election, standing toe-to-toe, stamping their feet in the ground and saying that, hey, APC is not just going to be business, so to speak, come 2027. I mean, Atiku Abubakar, Nigeria's former vice president, has resigned from the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. And what was he citing? It says irreconcilable differences and the party's deviation from its founding principles. Now, these were his reasons. Now, this was announced in a letter that was dated 14 July of 2025. In the same vein, we saw Bode George, a PDP chieftain, liken the party to an Iroko tree that will withstand the exit of top members like Atiku. Meanwhile, Dele Momodu, a veteran journalist, also resigned from the PDP, citing the party's takeover by anti-democratic forces and joining forces now with the Africa Democratic Congress. If you recall, sometime during the 2023 or before the 2023 general elections, we saw where there was a coalition as well, some sort of coalition that came together. They said it was going to be, that would not be 2023. That'll be when the former vice president, talking about Atiku now, joined hands with Peter Obi as his vice at the time against President Muhammadu Buhari, seeking to unseat him, take him off the seat, and become the president and the vice as well, respectively. And they called that one the third force. Oh yes, it was the third force indeed. But where did he take us to at that time? And now, quite a number of people are seeing the ADC, the African Democratic Congress, now as the Messiah come 2027, with big names from the PDP, from the APC, coming out to intensifying their togetherness, seeking mutual interest, hoping that come 2027 they'd be able to clinch or take the power from the current ruling party, APC. Well, what are the key points for this resignation? Atiku had cited irreconcilable differences, PDP's deviation from its founding principles. Atiku is now spearheading a coalition with the African Democratic Congress, potentially impacting Nigeria's political landscape ahead of the 2027 elections. The implication now might be that Atiku's exit could weaken the PDP, reshape opposition dynamics against the ruling All Progressives Congress, and even trigger realignment of opposition forces. But now Peter Obi has also shown interest. I'm not going to be a running mate to you, Atiku. I want to stand on my own this time, even though there are political hopefuls who are hoping that 2027 might just be that game changer where the APC would find their place below and another party will take over. But very close political observers have said that this might not be auguring well with the ADC. As much as it might cause a stir with the APC, it does seem as though the APC has some upper hand, in the sense that even though there are rancors within the APC, they're not things that cannot be resolved. But when we look at the ADC and the interests, the diverse differential interests that abide with the ADC, and those who are showing interest in being the flag bearer for the party, it makes it pretty tough to say that they are united, so to speak, to indeed stand toe-to-toe with the APC. come 2027. But yeah, here is what it is. It is fact that with Atiku's move from the PDP to the ADC, there is a political change in the political graph or the political chessboard, and with some other persons of top quality and big names leaving the APC as well, it also means that the APC will have to re-strategize and not want to see this as a walk in the park come 2027. Because the top players who were very instrumental to some of the successes of the current administration and the president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they've left. Some of them have left, and they are the bulk of what the ADC is about this time. Right. Well, you should also learn about the fact that Atiku Abubakar had served Nigeria as vice president from 1999 to 2007 under President Olusegun Obasanjo. Now, he was a founding member of the PDP and had run for the president twice under the party's banner in 2019, 2023. He also cited irreconcilable differences now in 2025, and that's why he's dumping the PDP a third time. Not first, not second, but of course the third time. And it makes you want to wonder, how far can these politicians go until their dreams come true? Beyond the dreams now, what is there to offer the Nigerian people? Because Nigerians are woke now, eyes are open now. Would it be safe for us to say that the entire brouhaha that's going on in the political scene is not about giving good governance to the people of Nigeria? It's about taking over power. And then somebody will ask and say, after taking over the power, what next? What next? What are we expecting to see? But then again, there is another angle to it that says, oh, we don't want to know what next. All we just want to know is, let's just unseat this current ruling party. And then when we get to that bridge, as they say, we will cross it. But most Nigerians, if we have that notion, if we're holding on to that notion, is this notion representative of the larger population of Nigerians who are weak, who are feeble, who are hungry, who are suffering, who are dying, who are in penury, poverty, pain, who are going through one disaster or the other, flood, corruption, negligence, or neglect? I don't think those would want to share in that thought about just usurping power. I think those would be about wanting to have the dividends of democracy for once, wanting to feel the government closer to them for once, wanting to know that when we take the next turn, we'll see a healthcare center, we'll see a school, we'll see the basic amenities that should sustain life and livelihood. So what should be the conversation at this point in time? Is it about the big names? Is it about the party? Is it about the institution? Or should it be about the dividends of what governance needs to provide to the people? Well, we're still trying to get in touch with our guest now, but the phone line's giving us an issue right here. I wonder what we make of this, what we make of these telecommunication companies now, but we're still doing our best to get through with them. But Atiku Abubakar's resignation from the PDP seems to be more of a personal and strategic decision, considering his long-standing association with the party. If you recall, that Atiku expressed this decision as heartbreaking acknowledging the significant roles the PDP had played in his political journey. Now, he thanked the party for the opportunities afforded to him, including serving 2 terms as vice president and being presidential candidate twice. Atiku is now spearheading this coalition with the African Democratic Congress and potentially impacting Nigeria's political landscape as we look forward to 2027. What would be your thoughts in this now? Is this a case of greed, or should this be a case of persistence? Should it be a case of chastity? Should it be a case of never give up spirit? Having served twice, 2 terms, vice president, many are saying, Atiku, why not just take the bow and say, hey, leave it be? But what would be your thoughts in this regard? Because others are of the opinion that the APC is currently shaken, talking about the Old Progressive Congress with this move. If you also recall, Keyamo, who was in charge of aviation, Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, had come out to saying that, hey, Atiku's exit from the PDP on the same day of burial for the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, was very insensitive. That he was only trying to pull all the attention to himself and rather than to the former president, Muhammadu Buhari. Well, I'll give you the numbers, though. You tell me what you think, and we go from there as we still try to connect with our guest. The number would be 0907-353-0044. The other number is 0908-766-8888. And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705-4450. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think that this move from Atiku or by Atiku would indeed change the atmosphere, the political atmosphere come 2027? Do you also think that this move might also be, so to speak, a separationist move? Separationist in the sense that with him vying for the presidential ticket with the ADC, that this might just be a means of separating the votes and not allowing for the votes to come holistically in favor of the ADC come 2027. Well, we'll just quickly take this one here and now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Odwak.
Good morning to you, my brother. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Aliyu from Kushiguru.
Aliyu, welcome aboard. Talk to me, Aliyu. What are your thoughts about Atiku's exit from the PDP to the ADC?
And my own opinion, Atiku has right to change to any party.
Okay.
Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
So that's what the dominance of APC. They can pull a weight. I'm seeing them pulling a weight.
Oh, you're seeing at the Atiku ADC pulling a weight come 2027?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that one from you now. Appreciate that. Says he believes that, look, regardless of what the APC thinks about the ADC and Atiku's move from the PDP to the APC, he believes that this would be a means of pulling weight come 2027. So there might just be hope. There might be some light at the end of the tunnel in view of usurping power from the current ruling All Progressives Congress. Welcome aboard to you, Mr. Benedict Olalekon Agunloye. You are an information professional, and you are also been in the place and capacity of policy, matters. Now, I'd like to ask you, what would be your thoughts in this regard? I mean, Atiku has moved from the PDP to the ADC. The APC say they're unperturbed. Dele Momodu has moved from the PDP to the ADC. the APC still says they're unperturbed. If you recall that the FCT minister had, in fact, seen them as a gathering, or would it be, Mr. President, now a gathering of gangsterism, gangsters coming together just to hold certain views, hoping to unseat him come 2027?
Well, basically, I think that APC should focus on fixing the nation, making food available for the people, because that is the only way any good policies will reflect on the masses, rather than bother about what happens in the camp of the opposition. They are in government. If they do well, the people will vote for them. If they don't do well, the people can revolt against them. So it is not what the opposition do or did not do that will determine the fate of the APC. It is what the APC do with itself and for the people.
Right.
Well, for Atiku, is straightforward. I think that he is always looking for the ticket, and wherever the ticket is available, that's where he will be. So obviously, he's not seeing his chances of getting the ticket in the PDP this time around. And if you ask, in my opinion, from 2019 till now, he has been the problem of the PDP, because his ambition is bigger than the vision of the party and than the good of anybody else.
But Atiku would disagree with you. He said irreconcilable differences. That's what he said. Irreconcilable.
Yeah, that's what we are saying. Irreconcilable differences. Differences on what? Is he on principle? Is he on governance? Or on his ambition? The difference is very simple. Something that, look, this ticket should go to the south, right? He wants the ticket. So definitely that difference cannot be reconciled, because the north is not the same as the south. Is that not?
Yeah.
That was the reason the 5 governors had in 2019 not to be there. So it has always been a case of his ticket. When he left PDP in 2000, to build up to 2007 election, he was still the vice president in PDP when he left, and went to take the ticket in ACN, right? And contested. In 2011, he was back in PDP. So what has changed? And then by 2013, he was back in APC. And he lost the ticket in APC and switched back to PDP. So by 2019, he was PDP candidate. 2023, against the constitution of the party, he became the candidate and was largely responsible for their election loss in 2023, if you ask me. Because so many things were not there working for APC, with APC also having a candidate that is hated by a large number of people. Because I would tell people that the 2023 election in Lagos was not a Labour versus APC election. It was haters versus Tinubu election. So people who hated Tinubu voted for Labour. So it was protest vote and not a popular support. If it was a popular support, Labour should have won half of the House of Reps seat in Lagos that was held that day, and should have won at least 2 of the 3 senatorial districts, or even 1. But when you check the results, Labour had none of those. So it tells you that it was an hatred for the person of the presidential candidate more than that of the love for the opposition party. So to a large extent, like I said, for Atiku, it is his ticket that is important to him. Any other thing different from him having the ticket, it will not work. Because let him go to ADC. If he doesn't get the ticket in the ADC, ADC can be sure that he wasn't going to support them. But again, when you also go there, leaving the PDP, for me, I think is a political misstep for him. He should have reconciled whatever differences that are. I don't see ADC, for instance, doing well in the coastline of this nation.
Why?
Whoever will not be an APC in the South, would rather be in PDP. Definitely not in ADC. That's what I know about.
But why do you say that? Because there are projections that the ADC, regardless of whether its priorities to usurp power come 2027, it's going to be a strong force against the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC.
Well, like I said, let's see how that goes. The CPC had a strong showing in 2011 because you have a Buhari that connects with the grassroots. But even with all the strong show, how many states were they able to win? In terms of governorship election, they could only conquer Anambra and Nasarawa. They didn't have any other states to win. So the ACL, the PDP, and the AMPP at the time still retained almost all their states. So as we speak today, I don't see an ADC, for instance, overrunning Akwa Ibom or Cross River or Rivers. So, and if you are not going to do well in those three states in the South-South, you know what your result is. I don't also see where the ADC will overrun in the Southwest. They cannot do better than PDP in Osun and Oyo. Neither are they going to do better than APC in Obi and Ondo. So to a large extent, when they keep saying ADC, tsunami, this and that, where are their structures? At the moment, where are their structures? For me, Atiku has the money. Atiku has the clout to pick the ticket. But does he have the structure on ground, right, to go around the nation? When he was in PDP, it was the party that was providing the structure, not his person. And I don't see ADC as a party being able to provide that structure. So I will still say it for me. I think going away from PDP rather than trying to resolve whatever issues that are there makes him to have taken, in my opinion, a political misstep.
All right, let's put a pause to your thoughts and just quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, that's a miss though. You can keep the calls coming through on both lines, talking 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888. Get onto the WhatsApp portal number. Leave your message right now and on here, 0909-704-705, I beg your pardon, 4450. That is 0909-705-4450.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, it's Chigos here calling from Suleja.
All right, Chigos here. Welcome aboard. Let's get into it.
Yeah. In regards to our Speaker Atiku's resignation from PDP.
Yes.
70% of what PDP is suffering today was caused by Atiku. In 2023 election,
yes,
the zoning formula of PDP supposed to be zoned to the south, but Atiku refused to step down for the south candidates to contest the primaries. Remember that in 2019, it was zone of the north. No candidate from the south contested. 12 candidates from the north contested for the primaries in 2019. And in 2023, the north supposed to step down for the south, let them do it on their own. Atiku stood on his ground. And that is what led to the destruction that PDP is suffering today. And the same thing will happen to this ADC if care is not taken. So what the man in the studio who was analyzing things, what he was saying was in order. If you look at the political history of Atiku, how he has been defecting from one distance to another, and anyone that he defect to, he will not like to step down or to do anything. He always want to be the master. That is not. It's not good of him. It doesn't show a good leadership style of his character. So that is my take.
Yeah, but what would you prefer? What would you prefer? You know, come 2027, what can we do rightly? What can the APC do? What do you think the ADC should do as well?
I didn't get you.
What would you prefer as the solution to this? Come 2027, you advising the APC to be better or to do more, or you advising the ADC to do what?
My own take on that.
Yeah.
If APC, which I know they will not do, if they organize themselves very well, the organization they will do is delivering more dividends of democracy to the people, doing more work that the people needed. As regards to the ADC, if their intention is just to take power, I don't think it will work for them. Whatever they are doing, let them pick the right candidate who will come out for the presidential and who have the interest of the masses at heart, not only want to bear the name president, or just want to bear the name, you are the flag bearer of this, flag bearer of that.
Okay, appreciate that.
Let not what happened in 2015. Buhari took power and he never do anything. Even in state Kampena, he never do even one thing. Let it not repeat itself in 2027. That is what I'm saying.
All right, appreciate that one from you. Appreciate that one. Says, well, APC better sit up and bring good governance to the people. Should the APC do that, then Nigerians will indeed throw their weight behind it. But if they don't, and the ADC, for you to get together, it's time for y'all to also put your house together. Well, one part of what he says that struck me is that the former president or former vice president Atiku has seemingly donned on the T-shirt of flag bearer, and still hasn't been able to be the president. Does this worry you, Mr. Benedict, as we look forward to 2027? Because we have seen the likes of David Mark, Aregbesola, who are the strong voices of the ADC now, saying that it's going to be based on merit, that everything's going to be transparent. Whoever is going to be the flag bearer or with the ADC will not be the ADC will not be coerced by finance, by money, by pressure, by interest, by whatever. That is going to be a very transparent one come 2027 and based on the selection process.
Well, it's good at their level to see what they have to say. But what we need to realize is very simple. Are there going to be delegates to do the election? Will the delegates need to have things to consider? Are we not already seeing some people throwing the carrot of it will take a northern candidate to win the next election? And apart from Atiku, which other candidate do you have in ADC coming from the north? You are not going to have another candidate from the north apart from Atiku in ADC. So all the issue of transparency or this and that, in the end, will have a way of scaling back into handing the ticket to Atiku. He has got the structure, his experience in the race, and so I see, despite what anybody is saying right now, picking the ticket in ADC.
Okay, let's
so
put
he's picking the ticket in PDP, and that's why he's leaving the PDP, because he wants the ticket.
Okay. Well, let's take this call and hear from a family member. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Thank you very much. This is good.
Sorry?
This is Kolo.
All right, where are you calling from?
Calling from.
Your line is a bit... your line isn't very clear now. I would ask that you move away from where you are so you can get better reception, and then we can take your thoughts. Right, we're still taking your thoughts, hoping to hear from you, and we'll see this call coming through. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yeah, very well. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Tony from Guarimpa.
Tony, talk to us, Tony.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
For me, 2027 is the time for us.
Sorry?
We should jettison zoning, jettison recycling, jettison rotation. To try this model, they have not helped us. Like we said, it's just a channel for them to grab power. We don't want to grab power. We don't want power grabbers again. We need a visionary leader. And for me, our advice would be to put labor in order. Let him contest under labor. Let him contest under labor. Let him not go and mess under the so-called coalition. With all those we have known them. They have been there since 1999. They couldn't deliver good governance, no democratic dividends. We know them. So for me, they can't deceive me. For me and my household will go for it for credibility and competence. Leadership is meritocracy, it's not mediocrity. And that would have been pretty or not hardship of since. Look at it took Singapore just 25 years to move from third world to first world. They were there for over 25 years. They could not take off anywhere. It took Malaysia just 22 years to move from third world to first world. Dubai here. In less than 20 years, they moved from third world to first world. They have been there since 1999. They could not take us anywhere. No good governance, no efficient service delivery, no better life for anybody. And people I don't listen to them. We should Peter Obi should remain under labor. And I've been giving an example. The two American, Benoni presidents, Boni Yayi and Patrick Lalong, they ran as independent candidates in Benin Republic. And one, let the youth and the Nigerian come out to support the most credible, competent Peter Obi. Okay. If you don't do that, go after these pen forces, these power grabbers. They will put us in a mess. They are done for a time. It takes China 10 times the size of Nigeria. It took them 30 years to move from third world to first world to become modern developed. Nigeria so rich, so blessed, thinkingly rich. Look at where we are. Bad leadership. Because everything rises and falls in leadership. So said leadership guru, Johnson Maxwell. Let's go for the best leaders, the right leaders, progressive leaders.
All right. Appreciate that. He talks about credibility. He has said quite a lot. So much he has said right here. Talking about credibility. No need for those who are just about power grabbers. He made mention of. But let's go hear from this caller now. And hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Are you hearing me now? This is Evangelist Kulu.
Okay, where are you calling from, Evangelist?
From Airport Road.
All right, talk to us, Evangelist, if you can. 1 minute, please.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Oh, we just lost that call. Anyways, let's get back with you, Sir Benedict. I mean, Nigerians are already talking, and it does seem as though quite a number of people are... Well, a couple of people supporting the ADC, but quite a number of people are beginning to say that, look, it shouldn't be just about power grabbing, but it should be about competency, meritocracy, rather than mediocrity. And it shouldn't also be about the recycling of candidates or political individuals who have been there since 1999 up until now. Can you say that from your own professional point of view stance that the candidates that might be coming out come 2027 are the type of candidates that Nigerians can indeed give their mandate and go to sleep, knowing that everything will be fine?
Well, if you ask me, Nigeria is a nation blessed with people, blessed with both human and natural resources,
right?
Blessed with people of knowledge and expertise. And so I would say at this point that any party, in my opinion, that's my personal opinion now, who cannot get a competent Nigerian below the age of 60 to stand election in 2027 is not concerned about the future of Nigeria. And any political party that is not looking in the direction of an under 60 candidate, because there are a lot of people even at 35, 40 now who had all it takes to run the nation. So any party that cannot look within and get us a candidate below 60 is not concerned about the future of Nigeria, is concerned about their personal, individual, and their self-aggrandizement. That's what I can say.
Okay.
So any recycling of politicians I don't think should not come. If the opposition is serious, they should get united, give us somebody who is younger, somebody who is enlightened, somebody who is fit and competent, and of course who has age on his side. Not great-grandfathers, people below 60 should begin to find their foray into the presidency of the Nigerian nation.
All right. Well, let's go take this message right here via the WhatsApp portal. This one is coming from Ochman all the way from Lugbe now. Ochman is saying to begin with, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, like every Nigerian, has the constitutional rights to join any political party of his choice, and that decision must be respected. However, it's important to note that Atiku never intended to leave the PDP, but with the internal sabotage orchestrated by elements like Wike, or persons like Wike, who, in my opinion, was strategically planted by the APC to weaken and destabilize the PDP, it's no surprise that the party is crumbling. It goes on to saying, you can't expect Atiku or any serious contender to remain in a sinking ship. That said, if the ADC-led coalition truly wants to end the maladministration of Tinubu come 2027, then they have only one credible option, and he says, present Peter Obi as their consensus flag bearer. Anything short of that, especially bringing Atiku again, will only guarantee Tinubu an easy ride back to power. And, well, it says Peter Obi remains the biggest political threat to Tinubu and the APC. It seems to be the only one who consistently unsettles the ruling party. If the coalition is serious about change, then, he says, Obi is the man to rally behind in 2027. Okay, I see you. Thank you, Ochman. And to this one coming from James. James says, first things first, to deliver dividends of democracy requires people in power. So whether the coalition wants to deliver on their promises or not, we will never know until they get power. Nigerians started seeking alternatives to the ruling party because of the monumental failure they have been in delivering on their promises. Let no one gaslight Nigeria into believing those who are forming coalition may not have anything different to offer. For someone to claim Lagos votes won were due to hatred for the APC candidate Tinubu is just laughable. Lagosians didn't vote Labour in the last election because they hated Tinubu. They did because they loved Obi more. Hatred is what we saw when voters were attacked for coming out to vote for Obi. Most Nigerians are only interested in the presidential position because that's the level where they feel impacts them directly. Okay, I'll be taking this one. It's going to be the last one now. It's coming from Moses, all the way from Garkitu. It says the APC government is just another version of Robin Hood. They loot the people instead of bringing home what is available, and now the people are slaves to the government. Therefore, we are in a country where citizens have no right but die in silence. It says, I am Moses, and I don't know who will rescue Nigeria from these wolves. Alrighty. Well, I would not be able to go any further in on this one, but let's go to the Facebook page. We'll see what messages will be there for us to take so that everybody is included in the process. Well, I see you, Suleiman Danfulani from National Assembly quarters now. It says, right now in Bauchi State, we appreciate you taking us along anywhere and everywhere. It says, watching you live from Magamang Gamo, Toro local government, Bauchi State. It says, and I wish Alhaji Atiku Abubakar all the best. From Suleiman, okay, he's wishing him all the best. What will be your one thought line or one sentence thought line, to put a cap to this discourse this morning?
Well, putting a cap to it, I will say this. If the people in Labour cannot fix their party, they cannot fix Nigeria. If the people in PDP cannot fix their party, they cannot fix Nigeria. And they are running to ADC, who also does not show people who have the capacity to resolve problems. There are so many problems in Nigeria to resolve. And so if you cannot solve that of your simple party and you are running away from it, when they become president, they will likely be presidents and rulers in exile. So for me, they should look more to solving their internal problems, and we should even judge them from being able to do that effectively. Because when you now take over Nigeria, it's a larger space, it's over 300 divided ethnic groups, and a lot of issues to resolve. So for me, their antecedents in the problems in their parties should should determine whether they can be trusted or not.
Right. Appreciate that one from you, Mr. Benedict Olalikun Agunloye. You are an information professional, and you've added your voice in the discourse this morning. We're looking forward to how these things will pan out. Hopefully, we will see the light at the end of this tunnel, even though some might not agree with me. But thank you all the same, Sir Benedict.
You're welcome.
Right. And here's where we call it a close already in the discourse this morning. It does feel good to know that you're a part of this. And yes, we will say we'll come back at the 10 o'clock hour, but not for politics. Keep in mind that we'll be having Yankee Entertainment right here in the studio as we go conversational, right? And that is what it is. Don't go away.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.